Oh, this is perfect. You were just...
What?
Hello guys, so once again I'm going to be joined again by one of my fellow peers. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Rachel. Nice to meet y'all. I'm not meeting you, I'm sorry. Super awkward. Okay, hi.
Yeah, alright, no, we just keep going. I like to do the, what's it called, like impromptu.
It's real.
Honestly, she was really awesome and she totally volunteered to go ahead and do this for week 2. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with her to kind of get her point of view with this. I don't like to talk as much, so please tell me about week 2, like your feelings, emotions, whatever may be kind of surrounding that. What were you kind of feeling that week?
Yeah, so I think, we had MedFit for 2 weeks, which was kind of like introductory, and a lot of the second years were telling me not to take it so seriously, so I kind of didn't. Like, I studied, but I also hung out with my friends, and I made friends and all this stuff. Week 2, for me, is when things started getting really real. We had our first embryology lecture, which went way over my head.
Everybody was apparently scared, but I personally didn't think it was that bad, which makes me feel like a douche. But
for me, I don't have so I'm a non-traditional student. Maybe that's something I can offer to your podcast. I'm 27, and I was a music major of all things, so I don't really have a strong science background. So just enough of a science background. But when we were doing embryology, I was lost completely.
So we're gonna pause there real quick because we actually had a discussion before this, and I think this would be good for you guys personally. So tell me about your background in undergrad. Like, what was it like? What did you go through? And then how much you think that has helped you, but also hindered you in medical school?
Yeah, perfect. I majored in music. I got a full ride to play. I played cello. I kind of went into it like I don't really think people know what they want to do when they're 18 years old. And so I just went straight to college. Did you know what you wanted to do when you're 18-year-old? No. I was gonna say, get out of here. So I got a degree in music, and about halfway through my undergrad, I was like, I think I want to be a doctor. But no one in my family has ever achieved that level of education. I was like, I'm a music major. There's like no way I can do this. And then I just never pursued it. So then 5 years later, like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. So I started taking prereq classes, I traveled, I spent a lot of time with my family, my sister had a baby, and then I applied to med school. But one of the things I think that I struggle with being non-traditional, one is I'm older. It kind of makes me feel like I'm a little out of the loop with all the 21-year-olds.
It does.
No, I'm the old lady of the class. No. But everyone treats me great. The age really isn't a big deal. It's more like my insecurity about being older. But also I feel like I have a big, this is what we were talking about, imposter syndrome, where sometimes I feel like I'm just not good enough. Like I walk into class and like people get things a lot easier than I do. And maybe it's also like a self-imposed thing where I just walk in and everyone's working really hard. And I'm like, I should be working harder. Like, I don't have the background, I need to do better. So that's really hard. But I also think the extra life experience has given me better people skills. It's not better than some people, but I think I'm a really good people person. So like this week we had POM, which is our, what is it called, practice of medicine? Yeah. POM, practice of medicine is what it's called. And this week what we basically had to do was like get dressed up, wear white coats, and we had to interview someone, like a patient, for 45 minutes in front of a preceptor, which was like a doctor from the community, and then our other classmates, like 3 other classmates. And I think like that's where I strive. I have been struggling with like these thoughts of like not being good enough, and then when I was in POM, I just connected with my patient, and like the preceptor told me, he's like, you're gonna be a phenomenal physician. I think I went home and cried that night. I was like, I'm gonna be phenomenal, because I don't know, like I sit and I don't understand anything the lecturer is saying, and then I don't know, you have wins and losses, and like sometimes your strengths aren't always in the classroom, and you have other people to help you, like the community here at UNR, the friends I've made, they help me. I'm not a self-studier. Like last week you heard from Chaco. Chaco literally can go home and like study by himself. I have to like study in the same room as someone else and like take like a 15-minute break and like laugh and like do weird things. Brian never participates, but
okay, so to kind of jump in with that, so do you see like there's different study strategies that everyone does, but I'll take a bounce back as far as POM goes, and I guess different personalities can kind of mesh. I know my biggest weakness coming into medical school is definitely I'm not the smartest person, and I will keep saying that over and over again. But
I'm agreeing.
the thing is I know how to ask the right questions, and I can really do a good job as far as, you know, interpersonal, and even if this sounds, you know, a little bit off, but intrapersonal communication. So knowing yourself inside and out, knowing your weaknesses and your strengths, and really going from there. So with POM, practice of medicine, you're gonna keep hearing about that as well, is I felt like I really flew and I enjoyed my time over there, because patient interactions is honestly all I'm about. Like, that's the area where I feel like I can really fly as far as medical school goes. When it comes to the studying and stuff, I would say with week 2, even though we're not really that far deep into it, I'm still doing good with it just because I have a biology background. Like Rachel over here, I don't think has been exposed to a lot of this stuff, which is why she's probably struggling with it. So if you're a biology major, like, kudos to you. You guys are lucky.
But also, like, I'm surviving. So like, if you don't have it, don't worry. I am just using everybody. Like, you see that person who you think is the smartest in the class, like, I just go up to him and be like, hey, explain this to me.
Yeah.
I have visited like office hours of so many professors. I watch videos online. Like, if I can do it, even if you don't have a bio background, you can do this. You just have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, and then kind of my study strategy still, honestly, right now is, I think I've got it harped down really good, is I usually have to make sure that I have to go over that material within 24 hours. Some of you who study psychology, you've actually probably seen like that graph where, I don't know which way it's right for you guys, but x-axis and y-axis, and, you know, like x being like the time, and then y says like the amount of material that you'll actually forever recover or will go into long-term memory or something. But if you waste that time after 24 hours, that is time you will never ever get back. So that is my driving motivational drive. I don't know how to say that, but that's my drive to make sure that I keep up with my studies, and at the same time, it's just the information is right there, like right when I need it. And then plus doing little things such as pretending like I'm teaching a classroom, and there's a whole bunch of other things that I will do as well. I prefer to study by myself to make sure that I have time to myself to be able to take in and digest all information, so that when it comes time to present this in a team environment, I'm not hindering anybody, first off, and secondly, I can contribute to the conversation, and like I can actually feel like I'm teaching, which is like a really good learning method. I actually want to create videos on that later, but we don't have time to go over there right now.
I feel like I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
So I've been out of the classroom for a little while, and so when I sit and lecture all day listening to people that don't really make sense, like, it's hard for me to go home and immediately study. Like, I need a break. Either I'll take a nap, or I'll go to the gym, or I'll just like talk with friends, and then it's hard for me sometimes. Like, you're tired, right? Like, you're tired, and it, like, you spend all day doing lectures with POM. Sometimes we get out at 5, and like the last thing I want to do is like sit down and study. But honestly, I think that's normal for the first couple weeks. You just have to build up that stamina. And for me, like, I'm a slow processor. So like, Brian is able to go through all that material within 24 hours, and lots of people are, and I'm not. Like, I'm always at least like 3 lectures behind for just like writing things or drawing diagrams. And that's okay. Like, the one message I want to take to people is, don't compare yourself to other people in the class. Like, you're gonna walk in and you're gonna see people who are ahead of you, who seem like they know more than you, who probably do know more than you, and that's okay. If the second you start comparing yourself to other people and thinking you're not doing enough, or if you're not like processing it fast enough, is when you're going to spiral. You kind of just have to be okay with the way that you learn, and like, if it's slower, then it's slower, and there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. And if you're faster, that's great. Help the people that are slower. Like,
bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
She's doing a really good job reading my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna take over the Dr. Amor channel, so.
She's the one who actually came up with that. She helped me come up with this idea.
Yeah.
So you can thank her.
So I'm the mastermind behind this whole project.
Oh, is that?
I was gonna put my chin.
There you go. All right. So to talk about like just the regular study week, I think there was like probably some of the major lectures that are probably going to be a little bit tougher this week. So like she was talking about Embryology, we won't mention any professor names because we're not allowed to do that, even though I want to really badly.
I actually really like most of the professors.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't had one I haven't liked.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like they're bad people. I'm just saying it's a tough professor. Yeah, from what I've heard. And then a lot of human behavior on Thursday. So we learned some like cool stuff. It was this week too that we actually learned about motivational interviewing. I would really check that out if you guys are into psychology or psychiatrists, don't make that. That is definitely something to check out. Like that was not mind blowing for me, but it was just some very useful information just for interpersonal communication when it comes to helping out others in general if they have problems and stuff. And for those of you who are watching this who are about to interview, you definitely need to check that out. Like check out motivational interviewing. That'll probably put you like way on top of like your other peers who are interviewing as well, I guarantee it.
It also kind of helps you understand like why you, like sometimes like why I don't quit bad behaviors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was listening, I was like, that's why I still eat too many carbs. Like you know what I mean?
She got picked on in the middle of class too.
I got picked on.
This girl is the class clown. You have no idea. I love her. Anything else during that week? I can't remember. Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about like, well, we can talk about our case of the week, and then we should talk about some stuff that we do outside of med school, like the fun stuff.
I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna be the most boring when it comes to stuff outside of medical school. I was sick the entire fucking weekend, dude, and it sucked. And this girl took care of me the whole entire time with like ibuprofen.
I was playing doctor.
Yeah, she was playing doctor. And so like, yeah, that was my weekend. Unfortunately, I wanted to contribute that time to study and create some videos, but I couldn't do that. But
yeah,
she probably had an entirely fun weekend that I don't know about.
I'm trying to think of what we did this past weekend. So on Friday night, we went over to Brian's house and we hung out, and Brian was super sick the whole time. We just sat on the couch. You were not yourself. And then so we just played some games and we all hung out. We played like Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Sounds super lame, but it was really fun. So every weekend, no matter if you have fun, you have to put in like so many hours of studying a day. So you have to plan it out. I don't think I did anything Saturday night. Or did we?
You tell me, I don't know.
What did I do? No, I think Saturday we had a barbecue.
Sunday.
So Saturday I didn't do anything. Sunday we had a barbecue, which was super fun, and then we went out dancing. That's just super fun, getting to know your classmates a little bit more, and just hanging out and dancing is always fun. And then Monday I went hiking in Lake Tahoe, early in the morning. It was good to get out in nature.
Yeah, I was gonna go to that, but I bed rested. I was totally out of it.
You missed it, because then we ate pancakes afterwards. It was worth it. He was sick the entire time.
I make some ridiculously good waffles, so my future wife is watching this. Man, me and the family are gonna have some epic breakfasts, I'll tell you that. But you better be bringing your A game with
Make them prove it first. I don't know if that's true.
All this other stuff. Yeah. Okay, anything else?
No. Just at med school, super fun. Like you meet people. You meet some. Let me be super honest. You meet some very intense people. I'm like the least competitive person in the world. Like I'm super, jovial, kind of like a class clown. I'm always like friends with everybody. I just got voted for social chair, which makes sense. Like, super social. Humble brag, just kidding. And
it's true though, Shan.
You meet some intense people, but like most people here, I think, like at least the friends I've made, we just have each other's back, and you do fun things, and it's worth it. Med school can be a lot of fun. The
thing is too, is it just sounds silly, but I was sick, I needed help, and she was there. She was there for me, like completely took care of me. Look at her, I'm taking care of her now by making her famous.
You are? Yeah. Thank you, it's about time.
What?
Did you just move on?
Oh, okay. Like the family aspect, like I told you, it's a really important thing to hold on to because you just don't know what's gonna happen down the road. Yeah, I had a sickness or something like that, but this is really the important part of making sure that you establish those good interpersonal relationships with people. Like, don't be afraid to get close. I mean, don't get too close. Don't get too close, because that's rude. Like, you guys are gonna have to rely on each other sooner or later, and build those relationships now while you guys have the chance, honestly, or when you get into
just to leave class and like not think about embryology and like laugh about something stupid. Or in class when your like professor makes a joke, and then you could like text your friend and be like, "Did you hear that?" Like those are moments I live for. So
I think that's it. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think we're jovial enough. That was enough.
All right, guys. So
bye.
Hopefully you see She's already saying bye.
Bye, see you later.
Oh, wow. Alright, okay, so yeah, that concludes week 2 for you guys. If there's anything we missed, once again, I'm gonna go ahead and put some more stuff, possibly in the middle of the video, end of the video, wherever it is most appropriate. I'm still getting used to this thing. And thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the information. Once again, if you have any questions, comments, please shoot them down in the comment section below.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be here for you guys. Thank you so much, and
thanks for
have a
having
great
me.
week.
Bye.
Bye.